Is there going to be a real property market crash? Let's discuss in this video because something today has happened that many people aren't aware of. Welcome team, it's Cam Dwivedi from Premier Property and I want to share with you in this short video in terms of what has actually happened today when it comes to the Bank of England. Bank of England have decided to keep interest rates at 4%. They haven't gone down. Out of the 9 members in the Monetary Policy Committee, 7 of them decided to keep them at 4% and 2 of them actually wanted to drop them by another 0.25% to 3.75. Of course, the majority won and they are staying at 4%. Now, what does this mean for you if you are a property investor? So if you're jumping into property and you understand that you're dealing with a good asset, or if you are already a property investor, let's discuss under the radar what is really going on. Is there really a market crash? Well, the truth is, over the last 18 months, the market has already been crashing. So people that unfortunately have done their best that they could, however, they did bad deals, they are finding that those properties are reducing in price. For example, new build flats, lovely places, but not really good investments, have fallen by over 35% in prime central London. Now, what does that mean? What that means is, for you as a property investor, there are solid opportunities. Now, I'm not really discussing prime central London. However, there's ripple effect across the country. So right now, the fact that the interest rate, the Bank of England base rate is 4%, what this means is your lending rates are going to be extremely low when you look at the longevity of what the Bank of England rates are. Now, please keep in mind, if you're getting fixed rates, some of the things that we do to make sure that you can actually bank in certainty in terms of where the interest rates are going. So if you're able to do that, what you will find is that the Bank of England base rate isn't the key factor, it's the swap rates. Now, this is a short video and I've created a guide for you which will share with you 10 key impacts that property investors need to know to move forward over the next 12 months. You can download this right now and grab your copy so that you can really read in detail on what is coming up next and what you can actually do. So you can grab it, enjoy it. Let's go back to the video. So just for clarity, the swap rates will show really kind of predicting the future in terms of where rates are going to be going over a period of time. So over 5 years, over 10 years, over 30 years. And if you assess the swap rates right now, they are extremely cost effective. For traditional finance, let's say buy-to-lets and so on, right now we're in the region of 4 to 5%. So lending is not expensive. Lending for the informed investor, people like you, is actually very cost effective. However, in the market, you are going to be hearing drops of, like what I say, 15, 20, 35%. You're also going to be hearing that many people are struggling with their mortgages. They're struggling because they're being put onto their variable rates after they've come off a product. And those variable rates are high single digits. And because, unfortunately, people do their best, however, they didn't actually think about these properties as investments, or they thought that the interest rates will always be low. What's now happening is the lenders are saying, sorry, we're not going to lend you any more money and we're not going to even let you go into another product because right now your stress tests don't work. So your rental literally doesn't cover your mortgage. So what's happening? People are finding themselves in situations where their interest rates are really high. Now, on the converse side, for people like you, there are these serious opportunities. So to buy well, so to be able to find discounts where you're buying from motivated sellers and also you're buying distressed properties which you're bringing back into the community. You've got to remember this. So, if you learn how to do this process, then you will buy properties at a discount. Also adding value in the right way. Gone are the days when £1 spent would add £2 to that property value. Now it's a case of you spend £1 in the right way and you will get an extra £1 of added value to that property when you're dealing with refurbishments, for example. And then it's about releasing that seed capital and refinancing onto products where they are very cost effective, like what I say. So for the normal investor, it's a bit of a problem, but for the informed investor, people like you who are learning your craft like this, it is some serious opportunity. So if you're like me, what you're doing is you are buying right now. It is the buyer's market. It is not the seller's market. Sellers right now, unfortunately, are quite motivated and you can move forward and create your financial economy right now to buy some really good deals. Now, strategies also come into play. So what is going to be your strategy? Are you going to be investing in buy-to-lets? Are you going to be investing in HMOs? Are you going to be jumping to the development world? Because like what I say right now, there is a real reality check. And the Bank of England are aware of this. Hence, they've kept the Bank of England base rate at 4%. They are doing their best. Inflation is increasing. Right now, inflation is at 3.8%. I strongly believe that the Bank of England wanted to drop the rates. They really wanted to do that. However, where we are in the economy, where inflation is increasing, they just can't. So there's this whole balance that's going on. And amongst this, you are here as a property investor. So there are some serious opportunities. So don't be afraid of the fact that the Bank of England base rate has remained at 4%. It is your buying opportunity. And my view is the interest rates aren't going to be going down any further. Now, I've made various scenarios like this where I've made these statements, and what we found is that these are documented, and every time I've shared this, they have always come true over the last 10 years. So think about what you can do. Think about it as a property investor. Assess your strategy. You may want to decide to lock in your interest rates. Make sure you get some financial advice on that and move forward in property. Don't be afraid of the market crashing, because what you're doing is you building your own microeconomy. You're buying in the right areas, you're buying well, and you're adding value in the correct way. And it's a great lucrative market right now for the professional property investor, whether you're new or whether you're experienced. Now, if you're not already part of our community, now's the time to subscribe right here and click on that bell icon, and I will do my best to keep you informed in terms of what is going on in the property world. So do look at the videos that are around here. Subscribe right now. Bank of England base rate is 4%. The market may crash. You are creating your microeconomy. You can still make it work. Massive opportunity. It's a real buyer's market. Jump in. It's Cam Dwivedi helping you take your property investing to the next level. I'll see you on the next video.